Well, with Thanksgiving and the holiday season coming up, many of us will be meeting with the family, whether you want to or not.
That's right. Well, we do love to come together for food and football around this time of year. There's another discussion that you might want to think about having. Joining us now to talk about estate planning is attorney Danielle Mayoras.
You got it.
I nailed it.
She was questioning it for
I
a second.
was like, ooh. All right, Danielle, this could be a challenging topic to bring up, right?
It is. No one wants to talk about death and dying,
Yeah.
but the good news is there are other ways to get across that hurdle. And one of the things I like to encourage families to do is to bring up those celebrities in the news during the family dinner, like Matthew Perry, Aretha Franklin, and kind of start these conversations by looking at the celebrities as opposed to mom and dad initially.
Oh, okay. So you can say Matthew Perry just passed away. I wonder if he had some kind of estate plan or a will.
Yeah.
Mom, do you have
springboard.
one? It's better than saying, what do we do when you die, Mom?
Exactly, exactly. And Matthew Perry's an example. You know, he passed away in his early 50s.
Yeah.
And so it's really, important for everyone to do the planning.
What kind of questions should you be asking?
Well, the first question is, do you have your planning done? That's number one. And if they do have it done, have you updated it in the last few years? Sometimes with life events like having a baby, starting a new business, you want to update those things.
One thing that I always find challenging is that we live on Google now, right? You can Google estate planning, but I feel like you could miss a whole lot. What are the pros and cons of trying to do it yourself versus coming to see an attorney who knows what they're talking about?
I really appreciate that question, and Aretha Franklin is a good example of why you shouldn't do it yourself.
Right.
It's really important to work with someone who specializes in this area, because when you go online and you try and fill out the forms or do it, yourself, a lot of times it doesn't give your family the protection that they need.
What are some common mistakes that you see? Maybe it'll encourage folks to go to an expert.
Yeah, sometimes provisions aren't in there that we need.
Okay.
You don't get to take advantage of estate tax things. Your children may not inherit how you want, the way you want. And a lot of times we see documents that are executed improperly.
So the napkin will does not hold up in court?
It may hold up in court, actually, but I wouldn't rely on it. Yes, it could.
We're trying to avoid that.
Exactly.
We're trying to avoid the napkin by bringing it to a legal pad first.
Gotcha.
All right, well, this is great advice. And, the holidays when we're all together might be a great time to just ease your way into a conversation like that, looking at the future.
Absolutely. And also, remember to tell your loved ones where the documents are located if you do them.
Well, isn't that half the fun? Like, good luck, guys.
That is.
There's $1 million.
That could be.
Let me know how it goes.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Danielle.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Great advice there.
Thank you.